My name is Emily Madsen. I am the Senior Director of Employee Engagement here at Progression. And I wanted to share today part of my story. My story is kind of unique in the way I landed in corporate America. That was never my goal. I started as a high school teacher. I taught English. I loved it. I loved the kids. But I realized after a few years it wasn't all that I wanted to do. I ended up in the film industry, also enjoyed it, but there's drawbacks of the film industry too. You're always hustling for work. So I somehow landed in corporate America making TV commercials. I loved that. It was incredible. People have asked, how did you become an English teacher to a TV producer? And I could tell you the long story, but I'll just tell you that more than anything, it's about taking the opportunities when they're given to you. When doors open, walk through them. And I've been very blessed to have many doors open. But when I did land in corporate America, I realized I was pretty different. It was really cutthroat, it was very performance driven, there was a lot of politics, all things that I don't prefer. And I wasn't sure how I could fit in now, or how I could fit in there and how I could make my impact. But I realized in time that being nice, which is what I'm always called, is nice, but that being nice is not a liability. And it took time for me to realize as a young professional that that was in fact true. That I could stand up for my own core values and be who I am and still find a successful path forward. I was working at a big company whose values on the wall matched my own, but whose values in practice didn't. And I would find myself in meetings where I felt integrity was compromised and generally there was just meanness happening. And I struggled with that. And I spent a lot of time thinking about it and working through it. I worked really closely with the CEO and president of that company. And one day I was in a meeting and the CEO came in and he asked me, "So Emily, are you my next bulldog?" And the hairs on the back of my neck just went up. I never was going to be his bulldog. Never was I going to be a bulldog. So I took that comment that night and I talked to some friends and I spent some time thinking about it, and it was then that I realized that maybe this isn't the organization for me. And I left shortly thereafter because I realized the path to success there was to be exactly who I'm not. And if you are who you are not, you'll never be the best of who you could be. And I'm very grateful that I made the choice to leave, even though I was in a very senior position at a young age and had incredible opportunities and perks. It was more important to me to be who I am and to stand up for what I believe in. And that's to be nice, to see people as people, to take care of the human first. And I'm grateful that I've landed in an organization that allows me to do that.